Hello everyone. Day 27. That's a big number. That's almost a month. Wow, that's crazy. That's almost a month. I'd say time flies with the past couple weeks, or the past 27 days, that felt like eons. So today, I got a phone call back from the genetic counselor with the results from my genetic testing. And it turns out that I tested negative for the BRCA1, the BRCA2, and 6 other genes or gene mutations that they were looking for that would lead to breast cancer. So I found that very interesting because originally it was, kind of my decision whether or not I wanted to have a double mastectomy or just do the right side. And I just had a feeling that I was going to test positive for the BRCA mutation. And that would just be like my insurance that, yes, I was right. I should have both removed. Not I was right, but it would just have made more sense, I guess, to me. My mother had breast cancer, which I think I've said, and she did not have the BRCA mutation. So I thought, well, if my mom has it or had it and I have it, I don't know. It probably makes sense if I would have some genetic thing inside of me because it's, it's pretty well connected if you have it and your mom has it too. And I was really surprised when it came back negative. I mean, good surprise, but more puzzled. Great news for my children that they don't carry the gene or the gene mutation. But puzzled because I'm like, so if I didn't have it because of a gene mutation, why did I get cancer? I'm a mathematical person, so you plug in X and you end up with Y. Pun intended, Y, like WHY and letter Y. I like to have answers to questions. And I thought, well, that would be the answer to the question of where did it come from? Here's where it came from, and that's not where it came from. So, the way that genetic testing works, I did it in an earlier vlog from a while ago. It was about 2 weeks ago, I guess. And I spit in a tube and shipped it off to FedEx. You can see that process in another, count back like 14-ish days. So they do, the first round is testing for breast cancer genetics. And then there's a second round where they test for other genetic factors for other cancers. Like, my mind is sort of mush. It's been mush for the past couple of days. Pancreatic cancer, stomach cancer. There's like a whole bunch of different ones that they check for genetic links to. And then there's a third phase that tests for even more genes. I think altogether there's like 30 or 36 genes that they look at. Ones that are linked with cancer. But I tested negative for all the breast cancer ones. So, again, great news for my children that they don't carry the gene, and at least from my side, but puzzling. And I said to her, of course they can't give you a why. Like, you had this because of this. I need to wrap my head more around that. In theory, I understand, but again, my mind works very mathematically, that there should just be an input and an output that just match each other, and there's not. And it's frustrating. And then one thing she mentioned, excuse me, I just came back from tennis, that's why I'm all blah, and I really suck today at tennis too. I just can't think, I can't concentrate. I got a mosquito bite, look at that, I got a mosquito bite on my eye. Like, how do you get a mosquito bite on your eye? So bizarre. Anyway, one thing she said to me, because I said to her, it's the genetic counselor, with my mom having it and me having it, I feel like there's some tie together there. And she said to, possibly consider something that my mother and I were both exposed to for a long period of time, like environmentally, that could have led to the cancer. So the only thing I know of that we have the link to is that I lived on Long Island for 20 years, and I know that there's an increased rate of breast cancer on Long Island. Not sure why, but I've heard that. I know there's in general pockets and, all over the world probably, but definitely in America, certain towns that tend to have higher cancer rates for different reasons. Another town I lived in for a while had a large rate of leukemia, and it turned out that there was a big chemical spill with a computer company that was near there. So like that makes sense, if water systems were impacted or whatever. So, I wouldn't have researched the background of Long Island and why, and I don't really want to research, but it makes you just wonder, like, is it from where I lived? Is it from what I ate? Is it from, the kind of car I drove? I don't know. You could sit there thinking forever. And I just want an answer. Like, it's almost like I want someone to blame, and I just have to get that I probably will never have an answer, and that's frustrating. So, yeah, I told my kids, and I'm like, yay, it's great news for them. I don't mean to sound less grateful for that. I just, it just keeps the question of why going. W-H-Y, why going. So that was the genetic thing. I had a pretty productive day. I got a lot of other little things done, lots of work done. And I was on so much that I was talking a lot. I'm training the person that's going to be filling in for my position. So lots of talking to get stuff done. And then I can get upper level things done well. But then like at tennis today, I was debating whether I should go or not. And the newer plastic surgeon has been saying, don't not do things, with moderation, but he doesn't want me to be sedentary. Even after the surgery is done, like he doesn't want me sitting in bed for like 2 weeks or something. He'd rather me be up and about when I can to heal faster. So I decided to go to tennis today, and I sucked at it. My serves were going right into the net. Even though I know the right way to serve, I was tired. I'm still really tired, and I'm getting enough sleep. It's just that I'm not tired that way. I'm just like mentally pooped. And then he's teaching us something with our footwork, and I'm like, I don't get it. And he's like, put your right foot first. And I'm like, which one's my right foot? It's so crazy. I could do upper level things with like employment tax rates or whatever. And then I'm like, which one's my right foot? Which just is so silly. But it's so interesting how your brain just can't function with the simplest things. I haven't been driving a lot. I've been asking my son to drive as much as possible. Or if I have doctor's appointments, my friends drive, just because I'm not paying attention, and I'm not going behind the wheel of a car if I'm not safe. So I'm lucky my kids are older that they're able to drive for me. But I like having the ability to do that if I want to, and I'm still not getting the point of like slowing down or just being, or all the other lessons I've been trying to relate to all of you with all these vlogs. And then the mosquitoes have been crazy. We've had so much rain here. So the mosquitoes have been out like crazy. And I don't know if I mentioned this before, but one odd thing, after I had COVID and the mosquitoes started coming out, whatever, I would get bitten. Clearly I'm bitten. You could see it like on my eye, but they don't itch. Sometimes they itch, but in general, they don't itch, which is so interesting. I used to, ever since I was a kid, I would go out at dusk and get eaten alive by bugs and be scratching, and then they get swollen, and you'd have cuts from the scratching and all that stuff. And like, I've got one on my hand that I can see this one on my eye. I've got them on my leg. I have them all around my ankles. And at some points they itch, but right now, nothing. And that's happened since COVID, which is just so random. So there's so many, I guess there's good unanswered questions and not so good unanswered questions. Like, why on earth would you not feel itchy anymore for mosquito bites as a result of having the coronavirus? I don't know. It's a good I don't know. Maybe that should be the title for today. Good I don't knows and not so good I don't knows. I don't know. Also a filler word. So yeah, that was today. I'm tired, so I really am making this short. But I just want to fill you in on what happened with the genetic counseling, because I was so interested with the BRCA results and the other genetic test results for the breast cancer. The next round will come back in 2 weeks, and that will let me know about the other cancers, and that's mostly out of, you know, they have my spit. They might as well take a look at it and see what's going on. And things are starting to wind down. I mean, I have, Thursday, Friday, and Monday. I have 3 more business days. Although they haven't called to confirm my surgery date, so I'm not positive if it's actually going to be on August 10th like I'm thinking it is. We'll have to see. I don't know. So, yeah, I don't have much for you besides that. I'm tired. I'm going to head inside, take a shower, and get all this bug juice off of me. And that'll be it. And you'll have more exciting news for you tomorrow, but today I'm just sitting with that. All right. Have a great night, everyone. Bye.